I do shows of this all over the country, and some places are absolutely amazing, and other places are Crystal River, Florida. Some of you guys have heard of it. The last time I was there, I was playing this outdoor biker bar / tattoo parlor / Harley Davidson repair shop. It was about as charming as it sounds. And I was headlining, which meant I was going last. And out on the marquee, they had the name of the comic and the name of the band. And the name of the band was Nobody Cares. So the marquee said Adam Murray, Nobody Cares. And that's true, no one gave a shit. There was a dude in there who was heckling every comic that went on before me, so he was gonna heckle me. And what he looked like he was about 70, and he'd been riding a motorcycle with no sleeves since he was 6. He had a long white beard and a white mohawk, and things were going great until I said he looked like a redneck Santa Claus. At which point he charged the stage, and I realized no one was stopping him. And I was like, all right, this is where I die. This is where this shit ends. And instead of running up here and beating the shit out of me, he ran to the front and ripped his shirt open like he just won Hulkamania, showing off a bevy of tattoos. And he turned to the side, and from chin to shoulder, he had the tattoo of a waving rebel flag. And he's like, how's this for redneck? And I was like, I think you win. Holy shit, I'm not making fun of you anymore, and I'm gonna need an escort to my car. What I am trying to say is I am ecstatic to be in Aiken, South Carolina with you lovely people right now, because some of these gigs are fucking dangerous. Some of the stuff we can do now that we couldn't do for a little while is traveling. About every May, I used to do a tour of the Midwest and spend a lot of time in Chicago. That's actually how I met Dave like a decade ago. He was kind enough to let me crash on his couch on my off nights. I think you had to burn the couch, right, Dave? He had to burn the couch afterward. But I used to spend a lot of time in Chicago. Round of applause, how many guys have actually driven on the streets of Chicago? She can back me up on that shit. Like, the lines on the street are just fucking suggestions to those people, right? They don't give a shit, they'll drive anywhere. The last time I was there, I was following my GPS, and my GPS said turn right, and when I went to turn right, what I didn't notice is the guy was trying to pass me through parking spaces, like by meters. He got all mad, started yelling and screaming. He followed me. I pulled over to a left turn lane. He came to a full and complete stop on a green light to go. So I did the one thing I feel like you do in that scenario to really piss someone off, which is which I thought was hilarious. Until he made a U-turn and started following me, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? It's Chicago, it's like the murder capital of the world right now. They killed 200 people before lunch. What I am trying to say is I am ecstatic to be in Aiken with you lovely people. And then he drove by me and he's like, FarmersOnly.com! Good to see you again, buddy. It's good to see you again. It's been a long time. I hope all your friends at work the next day are like, what's up, Farmers Only? I had my credit card stolen over Black Friday weekend, and someone went on a shopping spree to all plus-size women's fashion to the tune of $760. Yeah, I know. And I had to call my credit card company and convince them that I was indeed not a plus-size woman. It was a hell of a lot harder than you might think. They're like, all right, we're going to go over some purchases here. Let's see. Did you spend $52 on shampoo and conditioner, and then immediately go to Burger King and spend $13.50? Yeah. And I was like, I'm beginning to understand where the confusion might take place. And they're like, did did you go see A Star Is Born and ugly cry? And I was like, this is a rough time in my life. Or I'm beginning to understand that I might be a plus-size woman. They're like, did you go to Ulta and spend $182 on cosmetics? And I was like, no. And they were like, maybe you should. I love that joke. I was talking about the Spanish chick I dated. She's actually a very funny comedian in her own right. She's got a special out right now. Her name's Carmen Morales. You should look her up. But she was like, I got new glasses, and when I got them, she, of course, the way comedians show love is to roast each other, and she was like, I don't know why someone with a face like you would get Jeffrey Dahmer glasses. That's some great shots. She was like, are you trying to look more like the guy who played on Stranger Things? Is that what's going on? Like, I was like, no, I don't know if I like him or not. I think they're fucking awesome. I want to talk about my fucked up family, because I feel like I'm not the only person in here with a fucked up family. This is Aiken, South Carolina. I've been around a few of you enough to know I'm not the only one. I feel like some guys like this. Anyone else in here with a fucked up family? My parents got a divorce when I was 1, and still to this day, that's the longest relationship I've ever had. My dad used to come pick us up every other weekend for visitation, because he was a weekend dad. And sometimes when he'd come to pick us up, they would argue over like whose weekend it really was. And they would do that thing that couples do when they argue. Maybe some of you guys did it tonight, which is where one person says something just because they know it's going to make the other person mad. And the other person's like, well, I can fucking beat that. And the next person's like, well, I can fucking beat that. And then my dad went for big air, and my mom was like, ugh. And my dad was like, and then my mom turned around and grabbed her Little League baseball bat. And this is a story of my mom's attempted murder charge on my dad. And he ran and jumped into his car, and she proceeded to beat his windshield and his sunroof and his quarter panel. And as she drove off, she threw the bat at him. And I really wish I knew then what I know now, and that's that they could have been making some fucking killer country songs. Like she took a Louisville Slugger to both headlights, slashed a hole in all 4 tires. Maybe next time he'll think before he says something really fucked up in the middle of an argument. I tell you guys that story to tell you this. They just got remarried a couple years ago and celebrated their 2-year wedding anniversary. It was a really weird way to find out my dad's into the rough stuff.